Alright, what is going on, people of the internet, and welcome back to the episode of Ark Survival Evolved Max Speed. Today we're going to be doing a part 2 for the player, because thanks to Shrek, who pointed out that you can get even more levels, we're going to be making a part 2 on the player. So, I thought it was crazy enough the first time around with the Max Speed player when we got to 338.5 movement speed. I think that was what the percentage was. I'm pretty sure that was what it was. But we can get another 15 levels added on to our cap, and then take some Battle Tartar to make it even faster than that. So, the two steps to doing that are obviously spawning in Battle Tartar, and defeating Rockwell on Alpha difficulty, which will give us a new base level of 132. If you ever wanted to know what it was like to fight Rockwell, here you go. It's a wonderful experience. Anyway, I am gonna go ahead and respawn my player in, and I died, obviously, because I only had like 100 health and God mode turned off, so I had to respawn all the stuff, and then loud music played. Extremely loud music played. And I kind of had it set to slow-mo, so it played even faster. But anyway, we defeated Rockwell. Our player now has a bonus 15 levels added to his 117 that we started with. If you haven't seen already the ending scenes of Aberration, it's pretty cool, and boy, I'm really looking forward to Extinction. I just can't believe it's not until November. And it should be cool. I don't know. Good. At least they get the DLCs right. Anyway, we now have another 15 levels added on to our player. So I'm going to go ahead and bring us back over to the center here. So what is going on, people of the internet, blah, 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 and all that good stuff. So, to get the ball rolling here, you can see that our specimen implant up in the top left of our inventory screen has gifted us with this beautiful little yellow status indicating that we defeated Alpha Rockwell, so that we have another bunch of levels, and we're going to get up to 355.8% movement speed. Unbelievable. I know a lot of dinosaurs that don't even come out close to that whenever you play the game with melee damage. So, what does that look like? Kind of hard to tell when compared to the last video, but in this video I'm going to be taking a look more at what this looks like compared to other creatures, and we have the tech suit equipped again. Obviously the tech suit does not stack with movement speed. It will be the exact same always, but there's not a big difference between just flat out sprinting and using the tech suit anymore. There's not a lot of difference. So in this video we're going to be taking a look at the Alpha Rex, and we're going to take a look at the Alpha Surface Reaper King. I did some calculations and I looked up on the wiki, and the Alpha Rex... Oh, by the way, look at this Moschops. Watch this. Ready? Yeah, he gone. I don't know what I walked into here. There's just an infinite number of dinosaurs playing together here. I got nothing. So we're going to try and get the heck out of here after slapping a couple of dodos silly with this tech sword, which might be my new favorite pastime. I know that kicking them around with a trike or Procopton was fun before, but yeah. You won't beat turtles, though. Turtles will always beat tech sword. That's the message of the day here, I think. But I did some calculations, and I found out that an Alpha Rex has a movement speed of about 2,159 game units. Now, game units are something that is used in the Unreal Engine, which Ark is developed in. A game unit is roughly equivalent to 1 centimeter. Converting 2,159 game units to feet, or centimeters to feet, sorry, we get 70 feet. And it's pretty safe to assume that's 70 feet per second. When translated to a more tangible speed, that's about 48 miles an hour, which is close to 70 kilometers per hour. So that's how fast an Alpha Rex sprints. And we're almost able to outwalk it, which means that our player is walking at 50 miles an hour. Unbelievable. I mean, I think that Usain Bolt was probably going, I think it was 20 kilometers or 20 miles an hour, and our player is walking at 50 miles an hour, and that's just nuts. And it's not even sprinting. So I'm going to take us over to Aberration on the surface, and I think that being on the surface of Aberration at nighttime is the only time that the player is justified to crap himself this much, because this place is really terrifying, especially on foot. I could never even think to do that. But we're going to go ahead and spawn in an Alpha Surface Reaper King. And this is a lesson to everyone out there. Don't try this at home, especially when you have God mode turned off. It's not going to end well. And now I get to respawn and try it all over again. Anyway, The Alpha Surface Reaper King is the fastest naturally spawning enemy in the entire game. I'm gonna go ahead and subtract the Manticore and the Dragon from that list because they only outspeed the Alpha Surface Reaper King while on Alpha difficulty. The Alpha Surface Reaper King has a game unit per second speed of 4,099. Converted to feet, that's 134 feet per second, and that's 91 miles an hour. Our player isn't quite capable of outspeeding it, and I'll have to address the fact that we did lose Swamp Fever because I tried to spawn in Diseased Leeches on Aberration, but every time that they'd bite the player, I wouldn't pick up Swamp Fever, so it's safe to assume that Lamprey Poison is the substitute, considering that Lampreys are the Diseased Leech variant of Aberration. While it doesn't change our base stats like a Diseased Leech will, it will definitely still change how much movement speed we have. So an Alpha Surface Reaper King is at 91 miles per hour, and our player is almost capable of outspeeding it. I'd say that it's somewhere in between the Alpha Rex and the Alpha Surface Reaper King, with a little bit closer to the Alpha Surface Reaper King. So I'd say it's pretty fair to assume that our player is running at about 75 miles an hour, which is pretty close to 120, 125 kilometers per hour. So that's nuts. Anyway, tomorrow I'm going to be starting up a Ragnarok server, 840, with a bunch of friends and just anybody in the Discord. We were thinking about live streaming it, but it's a bit of strain on my computer, and I have a good card, but Arc just doesn't run that well, period. So we're going to be recording it and playing it. It's going to be 840, hardcore PvE, so you die, you lose everything. So everyone's going to get random spawn locations. I'm going to teleport everyone to random parts of the map, and we're just going to try and meet up. So we're considering streaming in the future if it's not too much of a strain on the computer and the quality's okay. But for now, we're probably just going to be doing little small parts of uploading here and there based on important moments. But back on the topic at hand, this player is nuts. Oh, I can't believe it. This Alpha Surface Reaper King is at 91 miles an hour, and you can see it does outspeed us. There's no shame in that one. So we're going to try and make our most daring and anticlimactic escape ever, because when I'm in creative mode here, I try to craft a glider suit. I call it wingsuit, and I miss it, and it's like 5 seconds later we get completely caught up too, but we'll get out of here anyway. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I'm really looking forward to that Ragnarok server. It should be a lot of fun. So, any suggestions for it? I'll be more than happy to hear, because as of right now, just PvE, low rates, Ragnarok, 840 max wild dino level, and that's about it. So, that's where things lie. I would have liked to have had this uploaded sooner, but I did have an essay that I had to work on. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode of whatever I make. Peace.